Are so pumped you're all here this morning. And we have an exciting guest. We have the incredible, the one and only Joanne Pullin from Nova Scotia here this morning. She's managing associate broker and team lead of the Joanne Pullin team. And she's going to be talking about some very, 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 very useful information for you guys. So we're super pumped. Joanne, you should be able to share your screen.
Good morning,
Amazing.
everybody. Nice to see everyone here on a Friday. I hope you're having a productive week. So, I'm here to talk to you about building a network that works for you without being transactional. My whole belief in life is just be who you are. Don't try to copy anybody else. You can get tips from other people, but be your authentic self. I think you'll do very much well in business if you're authentic. So, that's the big talk today. Most people network by trying to get something. The people everyone actually calls got there by giving. So I'm a person that I go into a room and I try to connect people on Facebook in a networking meeting, whether it's another agent or whatever. Someone just asked this morning where to get headshots. I connected to them with a photographer I know really well that does excellent headshots. That's all he does. But being that person that always connects people, people now call me for that, right? Whether it's your local handyman, it's an electrician, it's anything, right? Somebody needs help with housework, whatever. You just connect people all the time, and that way people will go to you and ask. And then when you do that with people and you're connecting them, the people you're connecting want to give you back to you. So that's what my whole business is based on. If you looked at my LinkedIn, I'm called like a serial, no, what do I call myself? Um, but I'm a connector. That's what I call myself. Be generous first, share resources and connections. And I mean, it's all about the LPT culture, right? Like we're here and we're taught that we share everything we know. That's what I loved about this culture to begin with, is that we connect. I mean, Jennifer Jones, I think all of you know her. She's become my friend for years now, and it's just about we both give to each other, and it's lovely. Remember the details. Follow up weeks later on people you're working with. This is rare and unforgettable. Maybe you're not actually looking for a house with somebody, but you remembered that they had a baby shower for their daughter, or that a baby's coming, or their daughter's getting married, or their son just graduated from a fantastic program. Like follow up and have those conversations. And it's just about being there and remembering the important events in their life, and they really appreciate it. The other thing that I'll do with people is always send a birthday card, always send a house anniversary. That creates engagement where people are texting me and messaging me back. Thank you for the card. I can't believe you messaged me after 4 years. Introduce people freely. There's no agenda. Your name starts coming up in rooms when you're not there. Drop value in group chats and on social media consistently. Consistently, don't hoard what you know. A lot of people think if they hoard what they know that they'll do better, but honestly, when you just share and give, like you can give people the gold, and unless they're going to be the person that actually is motivated and do things, how many people do I give all the information to? They don't do anything. People are going to be successful because they want to work. So don't worry about giving your resources. Like be free about it.
Totally agree on that. No gatekeeping here.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
we do this. We love it.
Yeah, exactly. This screen's a lot like the other one. I sort of just talked ahead of it. But talk about dropping value consistently in group chat, socials, conversations. When people see you helping others, they want access to that. So on the Facebook groups again, there's Ask Nova Scotia. You guys probably got things like that in Ontario and Alberta, right across Canada, right? So you just stay in those groups all the time. I'm a member of about 40 of them. And whenever I see a question asked, I try to connect somebody, whether they're looking for a mortgage or whatever it is. And because I do that, there's a lot of people that no longer ask in the groups. They message me directly. So it's value add to people, right? People don't come to you because you're the smartest. They come because you make them feel like they matter, right? Like when you care about somebody and you truly reach out to them for no issue at all, no benefit to yourself, that's when people come to you. I have people that have worked for me that I haven't worked with since 2010, 2012, that still reach out to me today to help them in real estate that I didn't think they even remembered who I was, right? Tons of them. So you want to keep doing that, stay connected, talk to people, reach out. Opportunities get brought to you. People refer others without being asked. Your name comes up in rooms. Just said that. Pick one person in your circle and send them something useful right now. No ask, just give, right? Just whoever. Maybe it's a realtor that you don't work with in another brokerage. Just say, hey, notice this, thought you could use this, right? Maybe it's, your neighbor. Hey, notice that, if you need some help with handyman, and just notice that you got some people around, just thought I dropped some people. Let me know if you need anybody else. My God, I went through that quick. I really did.
That's okay. What are some things that some of you do to connect with people in your community? You can raise your hand and then we'll ask you to unmute. Don't be shy, not everyone all at once. Gabriel, did you have your hand up? Okay,
Can't
hold on.
hear you.
I'll give you an opportunity to unmute. You should be able to unmute. It's not working.
Yeah. Okay, no, I think it's working.
We go.
All
Good
right. Well,
morning. Welcome.
how you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just started back into real estate. I had a few health things going on, so it's kind of like restarting for me in a way. I've been doing my best in the last few years to keep up with just calling and giving what I can, but it mostly was just letting them know, or yeah, it was just letting them know what kind of sold around them, see if they have any questions. I did always mark because the conversations always led to why they're not moving, who they're not moving for, possibly if they live close to family, things like that. So baby showers, birthdays, things like that. I'd send them text messages, um, but it wasn't anything more than that. And then at this point in time, I mean, it's been a couple years, which I, in my mind, feel like is a while. But just starting that lead, like the calling again every day, whether it's 20 calls, 30 calls, whatever it is,
Right. Right.
um,
Exactly.
specifically for the potential leads. But groups, I just joined LPT brokerage not too long ago, so that's the first group I've really been in. There's a WhatsApp group for Ontario in
Yeah.
Canada.
But start thinking about local. Think about like your local chamber. There's all kinds of little business groups to be in.
Hmm.
BNI is a big one across the world that is a great connection group. And then ask people to be your referral partner. Like, don't be afraid to ask your partners. Like, I'm teamed up with quite a few, like 3 or 4 mortgage brokers that I work with quite a bit, and they'll refer me, right? It was really nice when somebody called me the other day, said, I heard you're the person to work with in Annapolis Valley. I do not work in Annapolis Valley. I
Hmm.
live in I work there, but I live in HRM in Halifax Regional, but I'm being referred down the valley about a hour away. And I said, who said that? And it was one of my mortgage brokers, right?
Okay.
So that's what you want. And you want those people to, like, if they know you. So I'll ask my clients, if you don't mind, if you see anybody looking for a realtor in the groups or whatever, would you mind tagging me? I had that start for me immediately in real estate. I was 2 months in 2021. I had got licensed in February. It was like April, I think, of 2021. And somebody asked for a realtor, and I had 12 referrals. I got $2 million clients from that,
Okay.
right? So you're wanting your people to do that for you. So don't be afraid to ask your close people to do that for you. And then it just spreads, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So
So
true.
so when you go into a networking group, do not be all about you.
Hmm.
Go in and try to collect as many cards, not too many. I concentrate on 3 or 4 people when I network. I don't concentrate on the whole room. And I just try to have a natural conversation and find out about them, get their card, later ask if they want to go for a coffee. And I remember one of my agents saying to me, well, all my friends are, in their 20s. And he just started with me in January. Not 2 weeks later, one of his friends gave him a referral for an uncle that needed to sell his place. Right?
Mhm.
Don't think just because of age or anything like that, people won't know anybody. Everybody knows they got lots of people that they're connected to, right?
Yeah.
So those groups, your sphere, if you're into golf, you're into sports, or your child is into them, or painting, whatever it is. I'm a dog person, so it's my dog community, right? Like those are your sphere. So I've had my two biggest groups for me personally is I used to manage group homes for 23 years. So all those staff that worked for me up to 2012 still come to me and ask me to sell real estate. And my dog clients have become one of my best selling clients, right? They're investor clients with me and stuff like that. So staying true to those connections that you've had in your past, they already know, like, and trust you. So why wouldn't they use you in real estate? And that's the biggest thing that you need to do as a realtor is get known, liked, and trusted. Don't be afraid to share your social life. If you look at my Instagram, my Facebook, stuff like that. I share my life with people, right? Last night it was about my girlfriend's birthday party. 18 of us went out to dinner and all that's on there. The next day it might be about my dogs getting dirty, right? Like
Mhm.
it's whatever it is in my life, I share it. And people like you being authentic, right? Yeah.
Way to do it on socials too is like it's like the 80/20 rule, right? You want it to be 20% business, 80% you, because that way it's like for every business post, you want to do at least two personal posts, whether it's, what you're doing at the gym or like people love a good workout routine or maybe your food, right? What's on your plate?
Right?
And
Mhm.
it's so funny, like the stuff people go nuts for on the internet. And it's just so interesting. I totally love that. Well, welcome, Gabriel. We're so happy to have you in our community. It's so exciting.
Yeah, thank you.
Of
Thank you.
course.
It's
Welcome back to real estate.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's been a bit. It's I've
I
had a
do a
good mentor.
fast cash
Sorry?
program for new realtors in my school as well. And it's all
Okay.
recorded and all the resources there. So just feel free to go in and use that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
You're
You know,
welcome.
I've had a good mentor since I started. Like I think my first working year would have been 2019. And
Okay.
we just vibed together. He's a bit of an older gentleman than I am, but he's helped me quite a bit. But still being in these communities and having other sources, it's definitely worth looking into for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. We do
Yeah.
have your hand up.
Who
You
has their
should
hand
be
up?
able to, I
Hey,
think
how are
Emily.
you? Sorry, I'm hiding in my bedroom at the cottage because it's PA and I got the kids up here.
Hmm.
Um, so I have Nova Scotia roots too. So it's lovely to hear you talk. I love hearing your accent. And here's one question that's very, very Nova Scotian pertinent. Um, I find every time I get to go down to Nova Scotia, you ask somebody, hey, who do I go and get lobster from? And they say, oh, my cousin down at Timberley, go give him a call, blah, blah, blah. And it's very, very open and friendly vibe. And I'm sure that is one thing. And I find here in Ontario, I don't see the same thing. When I find out that somebody has a friend who's thinking about selling, it's too late. And I'd say, well, why didn't you call me? Like I could have helped them out, given them some good advice, whatever. And they're like, oh, that's just not me. And they're very shy and they're very modest and they're very uncomfortable, you know, doing that kind of referral type thing. And I admit some of my friends are just much more mild-mannered people who just don't do that. So what
Right.
would you kind of suggest in those kinds of situations?
I would suggest that don't worry about those people and worry about others because I don't think everybody's like that. And I think no matter where you are, like the giver's gain is read it. The whole BNI philosophy has, and I'm no longer with BNI, by the way, but I was for a while. But that's a whole philosophy about building your business. And I think it happens worldwide. It doesn't matter really where you are. I think people like to be connected. So if you think about not about people like direct asking them to do that. Think about your handyman or your painter or, the landscape guy. And if you just keep referring, the painter guy is really great because he's usually the first one somebody calls when they're getting ready to sell their house. So if he knows that you're referring him over and over and over, guess what? He's going to remember you and he's going to want to refer you back.
So then to follow up with that point, Joanne, are you then, say for example, you said, hey, you got to talk to my landscaper, here's his number. Do you call the landscaper as well and say, hey, I just gave my friend,
Sometimes
yeah,
I'll just say, but I'll say, drop my name. What I always say to people, so here's Mike, he's my painter. I said, make sure he knows, that I referred you because I said they'll react faster to that, right? So Don Hurdle's
okay.
my handyman guy. I said, say to Sasha, make sure you say you're a good friend of mine because he'll work faster for you because of the connection, right? And he's given me referrals into other houses, into our community. We all live in Fall River, and that's my direct community. So he makes sure that he said, give me your cards. I'll drop a few when I'm in working. I'll make sure they got your card for when they're ready to list, right? So it's stuff like that, right? Rather than the people, like maybe those people don't, but there'll be other people that to do. So do the value add. Make sure in your community, like I'm always giving them the resources in the community. And I get people refer me now, I don't even know, right? Because someone called me the mayor of Fall River last night when I was at the restaurant, right? And and I guess I kind of am, right? I know everything that's going on in Fall River. That's again my direct community. And I give back. So as you build, you can't afford to do this right away. I had a community party for a restaurant that was struggling in December, and I invited the entire community. I bought everybody a drink and everybody an appetizer. I spent 6 grand doing it, but everybody loves me for doing that. And Yarrow, the owner, I always get a table at that restaurant, right? I get the best table in that restaurant. So last night we took up half the deck, me and 20 of my friends, for my friend's birthday. And I got priority, right? Because I give back that way, right? So guess what, who he refers when he sees somebody new in the neighborhood looking for a realtor? It's me, right? Those value add, I got 2 clients that night, right, at that party because I did that. And they thought, wow, you're just doing that? I'm like, yeah, I need to help them out, right? So it's about having that attitude. And when people see you doing that, trying to help another woman, and it's just, don't think about what you can gain. It's about just doing it. I had a woman put a post up. She was single. She had a sinkhole in her yard, and not everybody can do what I do. I know that I'm a little bit extreme. I'm actually a Newfoundlander to originate.
Oh, I got some of that too. So
There
it's
you go,
feeling
Black.
very familiar.
But anyway, she had a post up and she had a sinkhole, and it was going to cost her $300 to truck a load of rock that she didn't need all that rock. She just had a sinkhole. She didn't have access to anybody with a truck. I said, look, I'm in Pittsburgh. I'll be back in a week or so. I'll help you. I drove over to her place, picked her up. We went to the resource. We picked up the rock and the soil, a couple bags of soil to go over the top. Me and her emptied the rock off my truck. It took me 3 hours, and then we topsoiled it. She no longer has a sinkhole, and she's forever grateful. She calls me her guardian angel, and I did it for no expectation back, right? It's just being helpful and being that person wherever you can in life, and it'll come back to you. It will just come back to you,
I
right?
just want to add to that. This is so great, Joanne. So this is the thing, guys. So especially when you're starting out or you're getting back into it, you don't need to have a huge budget to add value, okay? So it can be little things like that. Like even we've had someone on the team, they go for a walk with their dog every day, and then they saw this little old lady who was like struggling raking leaves, and she just stopped and just helped her rake the leaves. Like,
Exactly.
right? So it's things like that. It's just adding value, giving back to the community. There's little small things you can do. We've had realtors that went and did grading at someone's property. They were literally standing there, grading, doing grading to help them out, their clients. It's like the going above and beyond right? And there's
Yeah.
so many things. You could do a coffee giveaway at a local coffee shop, right? Like something more independent, not like a Starbucks or Tim Hortons, but something more independent, because they usually have like their little cliquish community that comes there.
Mhm.
And then now you're the person here, it could be budget of like 250 or $300. You're there for a couple hours and you're just buying people their coffee order, and you could give them your card or little postcard, and that's an inexpensive way of giving back to your community but also having your name out there. There's
Yeah.
so many ideas and so many amazing things you
So
can
many.
do, and if
Go
you're
look at my
stuck,
Instagram. Just go look. Like
that's right.
my nail tech started her own place. I was so happy for her. We did a thing that got like a few thousand. Gateway meat. These are my community things again. But I went, it was Good Friday. It was the only place that was really open to get groceries. And I did a video about Gateway. I got over 16,000 views on that video.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's so
And
good. And these types
it's
of
just
videos
about
always
that
do so
business and
well,
sharing
right?
it. They were so
Yeah.
thankful they did it, right? Just going around what it would look like inside and what it was like to shop and the different deals they have. Just share, right? Just keep
Community
sharing.
spotlights.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. So good. Any other questions, peeps, before we run away on this incredible day? Or any other things to add? Anyone doing anything about what we're talking about this morning? You just need to raise your hand. I can't see all your beautiful faces, unfortunately. Michelle, go for it.
Yeah, I'll just jump in quick. So I stumbled across Joanne's Fast Cash on school. I think it's an 8-week program. So just wondering if you're going to be continuing that on a weekly basis.
Yep, that's there. It should be scheduled all on the calendar. Everything is scheduled but the last one because the last one's supposed to fall on Canada Day. So I'll probably schedule it for the Tuesday before that rather than waiting an extra week. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to keep going with that. I'm having some fun with it. This is the first group I've taught like that. And I've developed it around the Tom Ferry 100K in 100 days. So that's what the program was developed around because I'm Tom Ferry trained. So it's a sort of not a copy. I sort of brought that in and a whole bunch of other things that I do in my career.
Okay, good stuff.
I love that so much. Amazing. All right. Well, Joanne, thank you so, so much. Which one is Joanne's Instagram? Hold on. I will
Yeah.
find it for you this very second, super freaking fast.
Here,
You have it ready, Joanne?
I do. I'm typing it.
Amazing.
And
Thank you
I
so
have
much.
two actually.
So there you
Joan
go,
asked me
guys.
why I have two. I guess because one is attached to my business Facebook, the other one's attached to my personal. So that's why I
So good. There you go, folks. You have it. Make sure you go give Joanne a follow,
have.
and then you can learn as you go. Joanne, thank you so much for
You're
hopping on
welcome.
this morning. We really
Thanks for
appreciate you
having me.
taking
It's a
some
bit of
time out
fun.
of
And
your.
every guys ever want to reach out and have a chat, I'm always open to that. I love talking. I talk
We
too much
love that.
anyway.
We will be sending a replay, and also include Joanne's contact information, so that way if you do have any questions or want to connect with Joanne, you can do that. It'll be incredible. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for hopping on this morning. Go make amazing things happen today and every
Enjoy the
day,
weekend. Have some
right?
fun.
That too. And then we'll see you all next time. Have an amazing day, everybody.